Welcome, folks. Don Giannetti, lighting-essentials.com and project52prosystems.com. System.com. Sorry about that. I'm going to talk a little bit about getting a photographic critique today, because getting a critique from the right person really counts. It can be very valuable to building your body of work. Understanding that other people look at your work and see things in it that maybe you miss or maybe that you're not aware of, this really helps. Now, there's a fallacy that runs out there that says everybody's opinion counts. No, not really. Sorry. There are some people who have absolutely no right to give you criticism, and you have some people out there you have no right to ask for criticism from. What I'm saying is your mom's going to like everything you do. Your dad's going to love what you do. Your competitor's going to hate what you do. And then there's a whole bunch of people in the middle with all kinds of political and personal and social agendas that will foil getting any kind of real critique. You really got to find someone who's good at critiquing to get a good critique. Sometimes, like at Santa Fe, New York, you may actually have to pay dollars to get a good critique. But you can get them out there. They're out there looking for, looking for good talent. Always can get a critique. Number one, ask the right people. If you're a fashion shooter, you might not want to ask a burned out landscape photographer. You definitely don't want to ask a burned out fashion photographer. Get me? Do I have to explain that? Don't ask a failure. Don't ask somebody who's never done it to give you a critique, which means that most of those critiques you get on Flickr and Google Plus, and Facebook, and Twitter, and all that mean absolutely nothing, because they don't know what you were trying to do with that photograph. You were trying to do something when you made that photograph, right? Right? You weren't just going, oh, look, I'll click that. Oh, that's pretty. Because those pictures can't be critiqued. I have seen people ask for critiques of pictures of their dog. No. If it's a picture of your kids sitting in the car drooling and a cookie on their hands or something, that's not a critiquable photograph. That might be a personal photograph. That might be something you want to keep forever because it's a delightful photograph of your kid, but there's no critique there because there was no purpose other than capturing that moment for that picture to exist. You see, for anybody to critique your work, they have to know what you were intending to do. So if you just post a photograph and say, comments and critiques welcome, most anybody who should critique your image won't. And people who do critique your image, sorry, they don't have a leg to stand on. It's pure, I'm not supposed to say this word anymore, it's cow manure from male cows with big horns. Anyway, you don't need that kind of critique. And the stuff that you see, great shot, cool color, love the sky. Okay. It's not going to help a critique a serious photographer's serious work. You need to tell the critiquer, say me, you need to tell me why you did it and what's it for. So I can measure if what you think you said it was for really worked for me. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it works for 90 other people, but I'm one of the 10 people it doesn't work for. That's valuable critique, because then you know that maybe you did hit it and it's my problem. I didn't see it. You see what I'm saying? Giving critique is hard too, by the way, and I'm going to cover that tomorrow in my little dispatch tomorrow on giving critique. But getting critique is really tough. So if you want to get a good critique from somebody, anybody that will give you one, do a couple of things for me. let's say you wanted to get a critique from me, and I am not inviting people to send me a bunch of pictures for critique. I might be able to look at a few. I can't do a lot. I'm just not time. So if you do it, follow this, okay? Tell me why you want me to look at your pictures. What do I bring to your table? Is it because of what I do? Because of what I've done in the past? Because of something I've said? Because of something? Why do you want me to look at those pictures? And then put some pictures in a folder. No more than 20. If you ever send me more than 20, I'll send them right back. I'm just, no more than 20 if you want a review of overall imagery. If you want a review on an image or two images that you have, yeah, then do that. But if you're going to send me and say, could you take a look at some of my work, no more than 20 pictures, please, for my sake and for yours. Put it in a folder, zip it up, email it to me after you've gotten permission by number one, telling me why you want me to look at it. Okay? Number them in the order that you're normally showing them. So if they're in order in your portfolio, number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when I pull them up here in a folder, I can see the order that you're presenting them in. If you have no order, state that. I don't have an order for these pictures, Don. That's why I didn't number them. Fine. Tell me what you're trying to accomplish with the photographs. What's the goal of these 20 images? Is it to get new art directors to look at your work? Is it get old art directors that you've been working with to step up a little bit? Is it to get a lot of buzz? Is it to open up a new market? Is it, are these the first food shots that you've thought you might introduce into your portfolio? Or are these food shots that you've got a lot of maybe comments on but aren't bringing in work? Whatever. There's got to be a reason you want me to look at the pictures, right? Tell me what that is. Help me out. Help me understand what the critique is for. Tell me your photographic business mission. Why are you in business as a photographer? What's your goal? What are these pictures going to do to help you with your business? And briefly tell me at what level you are in your business. Hi, Don. I'm a starting out photographer here in Memphis. I shoot food and people. I'm trying to build up my my food repertoire. Here's 20 new images. You can see more of my work at such and such website. Boom. And the last thing is that you and I are going to agree that I am not your last line of critique. You and I are going to agree that if I say, well, I'm not really crazy about this picture, before you take it and throw it out, you're going to ask a couple more people. Do you understand? I don't want to be the photo god. I don't want to be the guy who, for whatever reason, I didn't like that image, but turns out that was a great image and you should have left in your book. You see, every person who critiques your book is going to like it or dislike it for different reasons. So as long as you and I agree that I ain't photo god and I'm not making those decisions for you, we'll get along and you'll get a good critique. Getting a good critique is one of the most important things you can do when you're building your portfolio. So take my advice, get a good one. It's worth it. I'll see you tomorrow.